Yo, it's your boy Sid, and welcome to the Dallas Cowboys for Life channel. Guys, I got a big guest with me today. Big Game James. I've been trying to do something with this guy for a while. I've done MCF, I've done law, and it's a pleasure. You're one of my mentors, and I watch your channel. You're one of the reasons why I decided to do my YouTube channel. Let's welcome Big Game James. What's up, man?
What's up, dog? Hey, man, saying something like that, man, I'm very honored. You know what I'm saying? I'm very honored. That's because I know I've looked up to people in the industry and still do. So I definitely appreciate that. And the grind is fierce. And I'm happy that you brought me aboard today, ready to do this.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being on my channel again. Like I said, I'm new to this. I've only been doing this since December.
Mm-hmm.
It's a grind, man, and I know
Hell
you
yeah,
know
it
this.
is.
It's a grind. Right now, I'm trying to get my subscribers up. It's a daily grind. Always being on Twitter, always watching videos, and making sure that when you're talking about the Dallas Cowboys, a lot of it is a lot of rumors, a lot of it, a lot of media putting a lot of garbage out there, and we as YouTubers got to make sure that we get the facts out there to the fans.
Right. Definitely. I mean, it's kind of crazy because, like the top dogs are up there doing their thing, but there are so many of those top dogs and jumping their butts down here on YouTube trying to make that name for themselves too. You know why? Because they see us down here on that grind. They see us really spitting truth. They see us really out here studying. They see us with this, it's not a lot of people just out here just starting the channel and just talking mumbo jumbo. A lot of these people know what the hell they're talking about, and a lot of people are passionate about it, and they have a lot to offer, and they can't just being labeled as a YouTuber like, oh, you're a YouTuber, you don't know what you're doing. So it's a big thing, and especially just like you said, talking with the Cowboys, you want to get the right info. I'm still learning in this game because there's so much what they call clickbait. I remember my first year in media, I didn't even know what the hell clickbait was. People were telling me clickbait, and I was like, what's clickbait? I don't know. I didn't know what the hell clickbait was. I was like, what is that? And then somebody was like, this is what the clickbait is. I was like, oh, okay. Well, damn, I don't be doing that. So I made a post right after that, like, hey, I don't be doing no clickbait because I didn't know what the hell it was. So it's just funny, like it's ever learning in this business. But main thing is, I think the main thing is to get respect in this, in my opinion, is do everything the right way. Don't be trying to come out with the first news that ain't right just to get views, and just do stuff to get shock value. Make sure you just come with the real.
Yeah, 100%. So with that being said, I have to ask you, what made Big Game James become a Dallas Cowboys fan? What brought you to the nation? And what keeps you? Listen, a lot of my friends, and they always tell me, and I'm sure you hear it all. You guys suck. It's time to jump over to another team. Come over to the 49ers. Come over to the Giants. I get all that hate all the time. I've been a Dallas Cowboys fan for 20 plus years. But what made you say, this is my team, this is who I'm sticking by?
I had no choice because my father, he passed away 10 years ago. But my father, he was diehard. Actually, my whole family. I mean, I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, but I've basically been in Ohio for a large part of my life as well, because that's where my mother's has stayed. So I pretty much, Dallas and Ohio has been my two residents, but I've been pretty much all around the world. But my father and my whole family back home in Texas, all deep Cowboys fans. Like, we don't know nothing else. Like, that's just what it is. Like, when my father, it's so funny, I have a quick story. My mother was telling me when I was, when we were just talking one time, and she was like, yeah, your dad was always on them Cowboys, because I guess when I was born, there was a Cowboys game on, and he kept running in and out of the birth, me being birth, because he was like, man, I was trying to miss this touchdown. I guess he was telling my mom he wasn't trying to miss a touchdown, and he was running back in looking at the game while I was being born. So that's how it really was. You get what I'm saying? So I didn't know nothing else but Cowboys. That's all my father did and talked about. That's all it was ever talked about in our household. So that's just all I learned to love. And I really just learned for real. Like, when I told my sons, they like the Cowboys too, but I'm like, y'all don't like them like I do, because I'm serious. Like, when I was 5 and 6 and 7 years old, like, I knew the players. Like, I was studying the players. I was knowing
Wow.
all the players from all the football teams. I knew all those guys. And so when Dallas lost it, when I was 7-8, it really hurt because I knew the players. Like I was crying. So
Yeah.
it's been super deep, and it just been all my life. So I'm 47 years old. So I can just say
Wow.
from birth. So I'm almost say 50 years the game because I don't know nothing else, and I never will.
Yeah, man, I totally understand. And my condolences to you, man, because believe it or not, you just touched on something. I lost my dad 10 years ago.
Oh, that's deep. Yeah.
So,
So
and
you
we're the same
understand.
age. I'm 46.
Wow. That's crazy.
So we're the same age, right? So
Yeah.
we were brought up the same way. I didn't become a big Dallas fan probably until we won our first Super Bowl. But I remember my dad always screaming at the TV and losing his mind, and what the hell? What kind of defense is that? Like so. I saw that growing up. So I saw the passion, and I jumped on with the passion from my father as well. May our fathers up. Trust me, our fathers are up there right now, man.
Yeah, man. Hopefully they just sitting down, hopefully proud of us. You know what I'm saying? Because
Exactly.
I think that's the biggest thing that I would say for my father passing. I would say that's the biggest thing that I would say hurt me, because even when I got older, me and my father, we would call each other, and me and my father, when we talk, we didn't have the "Hey, I love you, I love." We talked football. He called me, and we were talking Cowboys. Like we talked Cowboys all the whole phone call. But that was our love. You get what I'm saying? When he'd come pick me up at the airport, while I get in the car, and it be on 105 The Fan. Like it would be on Cowboys all day. And you go in the house, it's on TV all day. He had his own Cowboys room. You get what I'm saying? So to me, it was never anything bad because I ate and slept that, but I was never around it being in Ohio. You get what I'm saying? It's not, it's not Cowboy country out here. Although there's a lot of Cowboys fans. But when I ever chance I got to go back home, it felt like, Cowboys. When I look around, there's Cowboys at the stores, there's Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? I felt like now I'm back home. You know what I mean? So, it's hopefully, like you said, they looking down on us, because I really wish he could have seen this, because he was really coming to me when he got older about Cowboys and who's this, Jay? And and I would get excited because I remember when I used to ask him, and when he got older, he used to ask me. So it was like a passing of the torch. So for him to really could see this right now, I think he would have really been proud, and I would have really been proud for him to see it. But hopefully he's up there, checking us out.
No, man, I'm with you 100%. Being from Canada, NFL is not big. It's big, but it's not as big as it should be. Dallas Cowboys stuff, forget it. You can't find any of that stuff out here. I have to order it online, so it was something that's hard to definitely come by. But I feel you, man. My dad was a huge Dallas Cowboys fan. He knew players. He used to sit down and write. He had this book that he was write down all the stats every week, who did what, and he was always so heavy into it.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with you that our parents are looking down at us right now, and they're proud of us, man. So big respect on that. And I feel you, man. And I'm starting to notice we have a lot more in common than we thought, man. So
there it is. Yeah, that's how they say everything happens for a reason. You get what I'm saying? So never things happen by accident. So there you go as well.
I hear you. So how do you stay positive when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys? How do you? It's hard. As a Dallas Cowboys fan, you know it. We get a lot of trash talk. There's a lot of Cowboy haters out there. So we get a lot of flack. So how do you stay positive and drown all that noise out, man? Just continue being about the boys.
I just basically live in reality. And I think that's the biggest way you have to. I don't live in no fantasy world with the Cowboys. I've never been the homer Cowboy. I love my Cowboys to the end, but I'm not a homer as far as I'm going to critique the Cowboys. I mean, that's what I was kind of raised. And plus, I played football, I coached football, and I'm always ever learning and wanting to know knowledge of the game of football. And once you really watch the game of football, you really can't be a homer. And then once I really stepped into the media field, you can't be a homer. Like, I don't feel like, in my opinion, you get respect that way. So that's really how I do. I just keep it real about my Cowboys. If I feel like they're good, they're good. If I feel like they're not good, I'll tell you. You say, "Oh, Cowboys suck." Yeah, we do suck this year, and then a lot of people shut the hell up. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people tend to shut up if you say, "Yeah, blah blah blah," and I'm like, "Yeah, I agree with that." And they're like, "Oh, you ain't that Cowboy fan?" No, I'm a real one. Oh, okay, now we'll have a conversation. I usually that's how I figure how it talks. I think a lot of people get the interpretation because there are some Cowboys fans that no matter what you say, it don't matter. Cowboys are number one, and a lot of people don't respect those type of fans or people who do that. So I think a lot of people don't go hard on me with the Cowboys is because I keep it real about them. If they're good, they're good, and I critique the players like anything else. So I keep it all the way 100. So people don't really bother me. They mess with me because I'm a deep Cowboys fan, and when you see me, I'm repping that jank super 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 hard. And if you want a battle, we can all day. But I keep it real about my team.
No, 100%. I agree with you, man. That's how I am too. Listen, I call it as it is,
Mm-hmm.
and we all have our own opinions. And you saw when you guys were doing the round table, and
Mm-hmm.
I brought up the situation about law, how I felt
Yeah.
about law, and that was a big. People don't agree,
Mm-hmm.
but I just we voice our opinions, and we all have a different opinion about the boys and how the
That's the
Cowboys are
beauty of
handling.
it, though.
Huh?
That's the beauty of it, though.
Yeah, we got to keep it real. So I appreciate you letting us get to know you
Mm-hmm.
as a person, because a lot of YouTubers out there, I noticed that we don't know them. We don't know who
Nope.
they are. We don't know how they got into it. And this is something that I'm going to continue doing,
I like
reaching
it.
out to YouTubers out there and getting the nation to know you guys as a one.
It's funny. It's funny that you're doing that because when I kind of started this thing as well, as far as on the YouTube tip, I did the same exact kind of thing. I reached out to my Cowboys family, Law, Vach, Foots, Cowboys blog, Mark Holmes, and then I started really tapping into the media field, and then started trying to get players and things of that nature, and I'm still on that grind doing that. But that's how I started. I wanted to get to know everybody. I didn't have any kind of clue when I got into media because I went to media school, so I didn't have a clue anything about this YouTube thing. I was just a fan of the Cowboys, and I love football and sports in general.
Yeah,
Um, but when I opened my eyes and started media, I was like, wow, there's a whole different level of football on this. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to get to know everybody, and I wanted to be, I don't want no enemies in this game. I want to be in a place where, because we're all Cowboys fans, and we all
yeah,
in this together. So not trying to be any kind of beast. So I wanted to get to know everybody, and you basically let everybody know who I was. I'm new in the game, and this is what I'm trying to do, and hopefully you respect what I'm trying to do, like I respect you.
yeah, 100%. I reached out to Skywalker the other day. I'm hoping to
Mm-hmm.
do something with him, and I had that same conversation with Skywalker. Listen, this is all new to me, and I, I'm just learning how to do certain things, and just doing this is
Mm-hmm.
a step up for me. So I definitely hear you. So we're gonna touch on a little topic. As you know, the nation right now is shut down, man. We're
Right.
going through the COVID-19 is a big epidemic that's going around. Um, and I hope that you're staying safe, and I hope that the
Mm-hmm.
nation out there is staying safe, and we're doing what we have to do to make sure that we get through this as one. I believe that if we keep our prayers up and we definitely work together as a nation, we will get back past this. But with that being said, do you think that the COVID-19 will affect our NFL season coming up? Do you think there will be an NFL season? And if there is, how do you think that we're going to be handling the situation going forward?
It's really tough for me. I'm gonna be very honest because I'm just, I'm not. I really stay away from the politics because it's just, man, it's just so many things. You have to really be deep in there about it. You have to really know it, and I don't want to speak on things I don't know.
Yeah,
But just how me from afar, I really just don't trust how Trump is running this thing, and I just feel like it's. I don't think it's going to get crazy worse, in my opinion. That's not. I don't feel like it's going to get that, but I do feel like it's going to be prolonged
yeah,
when it shouldn't have been. And I think that's what's going to cause delays. I feel like there will be an NFL season, but I don't know how they're going to figure it out, but it's going to be shortened somehow in some way because it's already April. The draft is coming up, and then you have the OTAs, you have rookie mini camp. All those things are getting pushed back. You get what I'm saying? Because this ain't going away in no April or no May. This could probably be like June, maybe July. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And training camp is starting, and training camp is in August. You know what I mean? So I wonder how they're gonna figure it out. I do feel like there is gonna be a season. They're talking about now that they can definitely have a season if there's no fans. I made a joke, well, then they ain't got to worry about crying about getting booed, at the stadium. They could just play some football and they ain't got to worry about nobody saying nothing. I mean, they can make that happen if they really wanted to. People could adapt. If they told you had to do it, you could adapt. Like if you said these games are going to be played like this, and if you really want to watch football, you have to watch it on TV just for this year, you would have to adapt to it. You wouldn't like it, but you would have to adapt to it, and that's just the way it would be. So I think it definitely still will be a season. I feel like it's going to be shortened just because I don't think this is going away in an April, May type thing. I think this will be around a summertime thing. More than anything else.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. I had the same, I asked MCF the same question yesterday, and he said something that I totally agree with. I believe that the NFL will have a season if there will be no fans in the stands. It'll be something that'll take us some getting used to, but after game 4 or 5, we'll adapt. And
ain't nobody gonna care. You'll adapt. That's what people do. You're a human.
That's 100%. So I want to say what's up to TLW. Sid, he said, Sid, big game. What up? Gut feeling.
What up?
The Cowboy draft picks. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I don't watch college ball. It is something that I wanted to start getting into this year. I voiced my opinion on what I feel the Dallas Cowboys need. And it's funny because I said the Dallas Cowboys need a wide receiver. We need a center. We need a defensive end. We need a tight end. We need everything. So it's very hard for me to say, hey, this is what we need to go after, because I feel that we have so many positions to fill. What is your take on it? Do you think that the Dallas Cowboys will do the right thing? Like I said, we have some heavy hitters coming in. What do you think that the Dallas Cowboys will be drafting?
I mean, it's going to be hard, and I think the main reason why this is going to be a kind of hard to figure out, because number one, if you look at everybody they've been bringing in as of late, as of even today, it's everybody who's everybody's talked about. They brought in Chase, and they brought in Henderson, they brought in Gladney, they brought in all the top guys, receivers. I mean, pretty much the top center. I mean, they brought in a lot of people, Delpit, McKinney. They brought in players that everybody else has looked at, so they're letting you know that you can't put a guess on who they are, because they didn't bring in just a Delpit. They brought a McKinney too. So so you're not going to think, well, they're going to take McKinney, but they brought in Delpit too. So you get what I mean? I think they're doing this on purpose, that they're just bringing in all these players just to let you know that we're not letting you know what we do. See, before Dallas, we're used to the old regime, and that's what the Cowboys fans and media have to get out of their mind, because we're so programmed after 10 years of dealing with Jason Garrett of how they're going to draft. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Once they brought in a certain player a couple times, you knew we were kind of drafting that player, because the Cowboys would just show their hand with Garrett and them. Now this is a whole new regime with Mike McCarthy and them, and they're bringing a whole boatload of all the players. So you're not going to get a beat on who they're getting. They're showing everybody. They brought in Bond. They brought in Murray. You didn't think they were bringing those guys in, so you're thinking, oh, could it be a linebacker? You don't know. So I think this is a situation where every team that gets in the draft, they're going to need pretty much every need. It's just in what order is it going to be that you need the need. I think right now, in my opinion, cornerback is still high, because you lost an all-pro corner in Byron Jones. And I think right around there, edge and safety and a receiver all kind of in the mix right there. Because like I said, edge, you don't know with Randy Gregory. You got an Alden Smith, but those are unknown. Yeah. You got a Dorrance Armstrong Jr. He's still an unknown. You got draft picks. They're still unknown. So you still want to keep that plentiful and on a rookie deal. So it's going to be difficult to really gauge who the Cowboys are going to draft. And so it's going to be interesting. I like how the Cowboys are covering up. So I like how they don't let us know who they're going to draft. I want to be able to feel that way, instead of, you going in like, okay, we're getting this player because the Cowboys done brought him in 3 times.
Yeah. I think that a lot of teams are waiting to the draft. Some teams will make some moves, but I think the biggest moves will happen after the draft.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. I don't know, because it's going to be funny. Like everybody's talking about, is the 17th pick, is it going to stay there? Are they going to trade out of it? And because it's,
Yeah.
now you hear about Atlanta, who's right ahead of Dallas. They're talking about they want to trade up, and then Detroit was talking about they maybe want to trade out the pick. So that could change everything, because you could say the Cowboys are honing in on this player, but then it could only take 2 trades. And then that player that you thought that you may want to get, now all of a sudden the player you didn't think you could get, he falls.
Yep.
Right in your lap. So what are you going to do? Or he might be 2 spots ahead of you, and you may want to jump now. You get what I'm saying? So all type of scenarios you could talk about, but you don't know until you get close to this time, especially when these other teams are talking about wheeling and dealing.
Yeah, 100%. I know you saw it, and I saw Mark. I even saw Mark Holmes talking about it earlier. You mentioned him. Rumors about Dak being traded, and I know Dak's come out and he kind of put he kind of said, "I'm not going anywhere. This is not going to happen." I don't see Dak being traded. I don't agree that. I was upset that they franchise tagged him. That I believe that should not have happened. I do believe, and I've mentioned this in my previous videos, the contract is going to get done. Mm-hmm. I don't think that it's the yearly money that's a situation. I think it's a guaranteed. I think the guarantee is where the issue is with the Dallas Cowboys finalizing this with Dak. I praised Dak in the beginning because he said that he never threw a football thinking about money, and then now it is about money. So I have a different opinion about him. Do you think the contract will get done before the season started? And what do you think that is stopping this from being completed as is?
Well, the only thing I keep on hearing from everybody that I've talked to or just heard that I've really kind of followed, I feel like that are credible Cowboys people, it's about them years. Cowboys want 5, he wants 4, he wants the shorter deal so he can possibly make more money later on. The Cowboys want him locked and loaded for the long haul. And so I think that's what it is. I don't think it's more about trying to get no $40 million. I think they were saying that he's good with the 34 to 30 or 45, 35. It's just about those years, and that's what's been keep on coming up. That getting traded, that would really not make any sense to me. That's a big, huge gamble because you're trying to you already got a lot of your team in their prime years. Your offensive line is in your prime years, and we don't know how long you're going to have that offensive line together. You already just had a surprise retirement with Travis Frederick, so you don't know what's happening with that offensive line. Tyron Smith still has those little injury issues. So the time is kind of now, and you sign Ezekiel Elliott. He's in prime years. Amari Cooper. Why would you start over with another quarterback on a whole new system or a rookie quarterback who you don't know about? That's a big gamble for draft picks. I don't understand why they would even do something like that. I don't even think like something like that is going to happen. I think if the deal is going to get done, and it's frustrating because just like you said with the tag, and now what they're talking about with the holdout, he's not going to go to the virtual voluntary, which he shouldn't, because this has been going on long enough. Why should he? He's doing what everybody else does. He's done what every other player has done. When they get their franchise tag, they stay away. They don't go to the facilities. Yep. They don't do anything because they're not going to risk getting hurt. And while you're away, I'll still keep going. So really,
I totally agree, man. Sorry, I just had my
line
work come to the door for a minute.
You good?
He's bringing some papers. I'm on live right now, bro. Just leave it. Come in and say what's up to the fans. I'm really sorry about that, man.
He's a Dallas fan. I can't talk.
Yeah, here. I'm live right now, by the way.
I'm live. I'm a Giants fan, so sorry.
Oh, well, sorry for you. We feel sorry for you. You have Jason Garrett as your offensive coordinator. May the best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can have it. He has Jason to deal with. So
yeah, you can have it.
All right, man. Yeah, so I appreciate it. I will. I'll bring it down in 2 seconds. Yeah. Let me finish my live stream, man. All right, man. I'm really sorry about that, man. I didn't expect that. So. Listen, Tyrone, I want to comment on Tyrone Church. He said that Dak can't be traded without a contract. We're all aware of that. Dak didn't sign the tag yet. We know. Mm-hmm. I believe that, unfortunately, I hope to God no, but I think he's going to have to sign that tag, and then we're going to probably get the contract done right before the season starts.
But the issue is that they need to get it done because they don't get it done. He's going to have to sign the tag. I don't care. I know what player. let's go all the way back through the history of franchise tags. It's only Le'Veon Bell and maybe one other player that has not gone with tag on a whole year was sitting out there. Is he willing to risk losing all that money that he don't even be having right now to lose it all in those fines that he's going to get? He's not going to do it. None of them do. They all talk that stuff. Melvin Gordon was like, I don't care. I'm not holding out. I'm not planning to hold out the whole year. Guess what happened? He came back and played.
Yeah.
Because them game checks is going away, and you can say all you want, but they can rescind tags too. So, they did it with Josh Norman.
What do you think about the fact that Dak's holding out? He's come out and said it.
I mean, why wouldn't he? I would do it too. Like, I don't want to have to sign the franchise right now. Let's keep on trying to work out a deal. Because this has been going on long enough. I mean, they should have got this done, and now it's costing them more than they should. That they could have took care of this before, and now Dak and them were like, guess what? I've been a good soldier for 4 years. I did what y'all wanted me to do. I did everything y'all wanted me to do. My numbers are good, especially for a 4th round pick. My numbers are good as these top 1st round picks. So what the hell? Why can't I get my damn money? And people are hating on and saying, oh, the eye test is saying he ain't this and all that. Well, guess what? The eye test looking at me is telling me that McCaffrey's not better than Ezekiel Elliott to me. But guess what? He's making more. Why? The market.
100%. Listen, I think Dak's done everything right. He's did everything that the Cowboys have asked him to do. He's done. He's a leader. He's put up crazy numbers last year. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, Dak's up. Look at the stats. Stats last year speak numbers. A lot of people say, oh, you can't look at stats. You got to look. No, you got to look at stats, unfortunately. Will Dak be one of the top paid quarterbacks? I think, a lot of people asked me this, and I said he will become the number 1 paid quarterback. But once Mahomes gets his contract,
right, it's not even going to last long. So and then Deshaun Watson is right there, and they're going to have another quarterback. It's not even going to last long. You've seen Ezekiel Elliott, like his top paying being a running back was 1 year. A running back, and those running backs don't even get paid like that. And McCaffrey got stupid money. I think his whole contract is guaranteed, which is nuts to me in the whole sense that you're guaranteed 4 years for a running back. Guaranteeing 4 years, I'm not guaranteeing 4 years for any running back. I don't care how good you are, because you're a running back and you're taking all those hits. You'd have one play and that knee goes out and that guy contract is guaranteed for 4 years and you're sitting on the bench not playing. No, I'm not doing that. That's not smart business to me.
That's going to hurt the cap, man, in the long run too.
So, hey, more power to him. Hey, I ain't mad at McCaffrey. He got his bread.
So I want to, what's up, Pat 1984? Respect for joining the live chat. TLW, will the Cowboys make any more moves?
Free agency, I don't think so. I think they're kind of done. The draft is right here. I think they're going to go hard in the draft. I feel like they have who they have, and they're really going to put together the rest of the pieces in the draft. Maybe those after cuts, those post-June cuts, they might look around to see. You never know what happens with the way the season is going. But I think they're kind of done right now. They're just really kind of getting everything prepared for the draft to kind of fill these holes.
Yeah, man, I totally agree with you, man. Listen, the Dallas Cowboys, I feel this year are doing all the right moves. The first right move for me was getting rid of Jason Garrett, Mr. Clapper. And from that point on, we've been putting the puzzles, getting the right pieces and making that puzzle come together. I think the puzzle will come together once we sign Dak, once we make our moves in the draft, as you said. You're right, and I agree with you. The draft right now is up in the air for the Dallas Cowboys. They're posting videos and they're interviewing so many players, and it's so – you're sitting back and you're saying, what is going on? Who are they going after? What position do they need to fill?
That's what they want.
Yeah. Jerry World, man, I always say it. Jerry World, this guy does everything right to make sure that he's the center of attention. The Dallas Cowboys are always the center of attention, whether it's negative or positive. Look what happened with Dak, and, he had that party at his house and TMZ. Right. Center of attention, man. The Dallas Cowboys get as much love as they get as much hate. And the media is right there trying to do everything they can to make the Dallas Cowboys look terrible.
I mean, it's I mean, like I said, I'm used to it, so it doesn't really even kind of bother me any longer. I just think it'd be kind of funny when, like, a TMZ reports Ezekiel Elliott or Dak Prescott doing it when I'm sure there are other NFL players doing the same damn thing.
100%.
But nobody cares if a Jacksonville Jaguar does it, or nobody cares if a Cleveland Brown does it, because the Browns are, that's just what it is. Nobody cares. They ain't news.
Big James, before I go, man, we wrap this up, I have one question for you.
Uh-huh.
And this is the question that I want to know, and I want to know what you think. Do you think the Dallas Cowboys will re-sign Dez?
I think it's a very good possibility now. Before I said no, because I felt like as long as it was in Stephen Jones's hands, he wasn't coming back. I don't care how hard he was working. I just felt like Stephen Jones wasn't going to do it.
Yep.
And I felt like Stephen Jones would let it drag on because it's good press for the Cowboys. People are always paying attention to the Cowboys because it's Dez Bryant possibly going to the Cowboys, and that's always good news to keep the Cowboys in there. So that's good marketing, good business. They're good business people. That's what they'll do. But once I kind of heard in the air, and then Patrick Walker kind of said it as well, that it was being more left up to Mike McCarthy.
Yeah,
now I feel like now Dez has more of a chance now. And I said this last week, and I think the biggest thing is the reason why they're kind of waiting on, Dez. They don't have to sign Dez. They don't have to rush to sign no Dez Bryant.
Nope.
They'll go through the draft, and I know they're going to draft a receiver. How high they're going to draft one, we're going to see. But I really think they're going to draft a receiver, jump back and look at their receiver position, and then if they want to go after Dez and say, hey, well, all right, here's a 1-year deal. You can jump in here with it and make it happen. I think that's when they'll do it. But right now, they're not in a rush. They're going to just keep on letting it wait it out until they figure out what's going on with their draft picks.
Yeah, man, I totally agree with you. I think I said this too, and I said as long as it's in Mike McCarthy's hands, Dez has a bigger chance to be able to re-sign with the Dallas Cowboys. I've said it before, sign Dez to a 1-year deal. He's hungry, and he's always wanted to come back to the boys. So big game.
It's going to be bringing hella money to the stadium too. So it's not like you're gonna lose money, Jerry. They're gonna go nuts. So, like I said, that could be money in their pockets. And Jerry's not the one that want to get rid of Dez. It was more Stephen Jones. So, like you said, if McCarthy says it, there's a very good chance that it may happen. And if it does, hey, let's rock with it. I'm not going to be against that because I do love Dez Bryant. But if they don't have him, okay. If they do, okay. You get what I'm saying?
Yep, 100%. I'm with you, man. I want to see the X get thrown up, man. I think if we have a crowd, the crowd will go ballistic to see that X get thrown up, and that's going to be something that will be explosive for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Big Game James, please let the viewers know, when will you be doing something next? Let them know your Twitter, all that stuff. And I want to thank you again for your time and spending this time with me on my channel.
Oh, now, like I said, I'm very honored and privileged, and thank you very much for letting me be a guest. But they can find me at Yates James, Big Game James, but just type in Yates James, YAITES. And then you'll see it come up on my Twitter, Silver and Blue Nation, on my YouTube. Be getting a show going on in a few hours with my guy, Boss Cowboy. So if you want to jump in there, and it'll be great. We'll be talking Cowboys. It's kind of like we've been talking about today. And then, just probably just some chopping it up, you know how it is. You just want to chop it up. Check me out on our Facebook page, Big Game James, or Silver and Blue Nation. You can find me there. We got an Instagram, Silver and Blue Nation. So pretty much on all fronts. And like I said, really just grinding, trying to evolve, and really just continue to evolve on the football side because, I think a lot of people are in this, but I want to be more of that guy that's on that football tip and knowing everything about it and, just getting into the real intricacies of the game. I think that's what I really like about it. So that's what I just want to really grow on the tip. And I appreciate everybody who's been on board, and I appreciate you for bringing me on today. Yeah,
man, 100%. Guys, this guy has crazy knowledge. I watch his videos. He breaks it down. He doesn't just break down the NFL. He breaks down the college ball as well. Big knowledge. Thanks again. Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to click that subscribe button. Please go check Big Game James' YouTube channel as well. Subscribe to his channel. Thanks for tuning in. It's your boy, Sid, and we out.
Appreciate you.